A buckskin suit imbued Theodore Roosevelt with the aura of backwoodsman and allowed him to take on the living guise of Basil, the lead character in Mayne Reid's The Boy Hunters. Basil was all buckskin, except the cap, which was made from the skin of a raccoon, with the ringed tail hanging over his shoulder like a drooping plume. He wore a hunting shirt with fringed cape, handsomely ornamented with beads, a belt fastened around his waist, from which was suspended his hunting knife and sheath, with a small holster, out of which peeped the shining butt of a pistol. He wore deerskin leggings, fringed down the seams, and moccasins upon his feet. His dress was just that of a backwoods hunter. In the Badlands, some frontiersmen harbored a jaundiced view of buckskin garb. Howard Eaton protested that the shirt was impractical. Buckskin shirts were all right as long as they didn't get wet, but when they got wet, they'd shrunk up. I never did like that buckskin hunting shirt he had, but he wouldn't have anything else. One of Des Marais' managers, J.C. Fisher, would say almost 40 years later that his first impression of Theodore Roosevelt was not exactly favorable. He was dressed in a fringed buckskin shirt and wore glasses. A fringed buckskin shirt, in that country at that time, was indisputable evidence of the rank tenderfoot. And backed up by the glasses, made it a dead certainty. He was a slim, rather anemic-looking young fellow then. With his buckskin suit now in progress, Roosevelt could turn back down the trail for home with a sense of accomplishment. But he still had the matter of a pronghorn to settle. Along the way, he and Lincoln spotted two pronghorn that apparently had not spotted them. The hunters left their horses and started to stalk. Moving in a crouch up a hill, they reached the top and looked down to see the quarry feeding peacefully, unaware, about 100 yards off. With cool self-control, Roosevelt shouldered his rifle, drew a bead, and killed one of the pronghorn almost instantly. Roosevelt erupted into a sort of faux war dance that had marked his killing of the bison, brandishing his rifle in one hand and waving his hat in the other. As he shouted, "I got him! I got him! I got him!" The other pronghorn, apparently confused, began running in circles, at one point coming within 25 yards of the two hunters. "Get him too!" Lincoln shouted, but Roosevelt was too excited. The pronghorn got away, and Roosevelt told Lang that he could not have shot at the animal to save his own life. As he often did in the moments after a successful hunt, he offered Lincoln an expensive gift, his new shotgun. The teenager turned it down, thinking that once Roosevelt came to his full senses, he would regret giving it away. The two then went to the dead animal, and Roosevelt dressed it under Lang's supervision.